So, Eric Lewis, who has been an NBA referee for many years now, he recently retired in the middle of the NBA investigating him. So, pretty much what he was accused of was that maybe he was a biased ref. And how they found this out was through his Twitter. He would pretty much go on Twitter using a burner account and he would start to defend his play calls, the calls that he made on the court. And when you initially hear something like this, it's valid to think that, what's the big issue here, right? He's just going out there to defend himself and to have like a pleasant interaction with fans. And I think that's totally valid. He could have actually done that on his main account too. But as you start to investigate his Twitter account, you would realize that it's more than just that, and maybe it's not as innocent as it seems. Pretty much, he would go on Twitter and he would shit talk the Lakers all the time. And then, especially if somebody called him out on, a missed foul call or too many calls on the Lakers or something, then he would go and defend himself on Twitter a lot. And then after he would do that, his wife would post pictures of their family on her Twitter, and each one of them is wearing a Celtics jersey. And so it makes you think that, okay, if he's a diehard Celtics fan, and if he's been in the NBA for, 19 years or something at this point, he's seen the Lakers and the Celtics rivalries throughout the years. And, many times, if you're a Lakers fan, then you really dislike the Celtics, and vice versa. If you're a Celtics fan, you don't like the Lakers. As a fan, that's valid. But if him and his entire family were Celtics fans, then, what if he was anti-Lakers? And what if all of this play calling and shit talking the Lakers, what if that was because he was biased? Because if that's the case, then it's an issue. There was a game-winning field goal by LeBron against the Lakers where Eric Lewis called a foul on LeBron. And you may remember this too. This was the game where Patrick Beverley, he picked up a camera from the sidelines from a photographer and he showed Eric Lewis the foul call. He said, look, this is where LeBron, this is what happened. And Eric Lewis pretty much just smiled in his face. In other words, on purpose, he would kind of give the Lakers a harder battle to fight just to make sure that they lose because he might have been a biased fan. And, that's definitely an issue. When you look at his Twitter account and you look at the 5 accounts that he follows 4 NBA related pages. And then the 5th account that he follows is the George Mason's women's basketball team. And you may be wondering, why follow 4 NBA pages and then some random women's college team? But the reason is because his wife was the head coach at George Mason. And so that's why. And I think that's one of the big mistakes he made is, don't use your burner account to follow your wife's, the team that she coaches. Don't follow that page. That's a big mistake. So when that was discovered, he was actually called out on it. And he ended up releasing a tweet saying that, you're right, this is the Lewis family, but this is actually Mark, who is Eric's brother. So he pretty much used his burner account to blame his brother, which is so suspicious, right? Like, I don't think anybody believes that. I definitely don't believe it. But that was the first time that he was called out on it too. But, ever since then, he would just go off on Twitter. He would go off on anybody that would kind of, if people thought that maybe Lakers should have won a game or two against Denver, if they thought that Lakers were getting too many false foul calls on them, he would pretty much go on there and he would have the most heated back and forth against anybody that would say that. It seemed like he was like a teenager on Twitter pretty much. He would pull out all the little emojis. He would start saying your team sucks, your team needs to be held accountable, you lost because your team is bad. He would just constantly say these things, and it would mainly be against the Lakers. And after a while, you kind of get the feeling that, okay, what if he's not just officiating the games, but what if he is biased? What if he hates the damn Lakers? And what if that's why, every chance he gets to shit on the Lakers or any chance he gets to put the other team on the line, get some easy points and stuff, and to have Lakers lose the games, that he would take full advantage of that opportunity. If he was biased, then I think this is an enormous issue, right? And I think that's why the investigation was prompted. Because if he was just out there having innocent conversations with fans, there's nothing wrong with that. But if he's biased, then, that's a damn problem. And so, he followed his wife's account. He then blamed his brother. He would shit talk the Lakers. And then when the NBA investigation got pretty intense, he put in his immediate resignation. And because of that, the NBA investigation has to stop. Because I assume that if he was still a ref and if he was found like guilty of all these things, then, they would probably suspend him. They would probably like publicly state that, like, this is what happened. And they may even fine him a little bit for it too. And overall just kind of destroy his reputation. It seems like he destroyed it enough himself. But, the NBA would do something about this. And I don't think he wanted that. So he put in his immediate resignation. And to me, that just screams guilty. And so, I've made up my mind. I think he is biased. I think that was his burner account. And I think he's guilty of everything that people are saying against him. But that's my opinion. And I would love to hear yours as well. So if you've had the chance to look through some of his tweets, I don't know if his account is still active, but you can probably search online and find some of his tweets and stuff. Take a look and then let me know if you think, number one, is it really Eric Lewis? And then number two, do you think he's biased against the Lakers? I would love to hear your opinion. But anyways, that's it for today, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.